ABS-CBN Sports proudly presents Resolve.
Sa rotation, but this time, Ulan challenging the blockers and taking it.
Composure. Control.
From the other side. Passes again. And that. The late Tamaraw in control so far of set number 2.
Confidence.
This is what you wanted to say. Yeah. Check ball. Will they go 5 straight? And this closes the set.
Perseverance.
Solo block. Focus naman ngayon. Roll. Set.
Oh, and Deacon Santiago still gets the line.
Grace.
Mata off to Daniel Juan and we're tied to Pineda.
Resilience.
Oh! Nobody home for Adamson! And that's the deal! Di uno si Valdez, malapit sa net. Kuha pa rin.
Tenacity.
Again!
This is the UAAP Season 76 Women's Volleyball Tournament. Greatness never ends.
2 years ago, De La Salle University made history in the UAAP Women's Volleyball Tournament by becoming the first team to sweep the elimination round and achieve a thrice-to-beat advantage in the finals. Today, they have an opportunity to do that once again as they take on National University in their last match of the elimination round here in Season 76. We are live from inside the historic Big Dome, the Araneta Coliseum. Mabuhay Pilipinas at maraming salamat po sa inyong pagtutok ngayon sa ABS-CBN Sports and Action. Ako po ang inyong lingkod, Anton Ross, joined of course by Mosey Ravena. At syempre, hindi mabubuo ang ating broadcast team kung hindi natin makakasama ang ating mga courtside reporters. Inong Siako for LaSalle at para naman sa NU, Trisha Robredo. O Mosey, eto na yung matagal na natin pinag-uusapan ang ating post-Valentine's date
That's right.
with LaSalle and NU.
That is true. Alam mo, marami nagtatanong, nasa na ba ang Lasal? Nasa na ba ang NU? And they're asking yung level of play. Kaya na ba ng NU ang Lasal? O ang Lasal ba? Dahil natalo sila ng isang set, meron na bang pagkakataon ng ibang teams matalo sila? I think yung questions, yung maraming questions na yan will be answered today.
Well, NU Mosey is coming into this match on a 10-match winning streak. Samantala, ito namang LaSalle is coming in with a 29-match winning streak and they will collide as they are the top 2 teams here in the tournament.
But as you can see in our standings, talagang napaka-importante ng game na to. Why? It will spell out what will happen this season. Tayo ba'y magkaka-step ladder or tayo ba'y magkaka-final four like yung usual natin? DLSU 13-0 and NU Lady Bulldogs with 12-1. So, kung manalong NU, wala tayong step ladder, magiging final four because DLSU will have its first loss. Pero kung manalo naman ng DLSU, mukhang step ladder tayo, paghihirapan muna ng siguro meron pang chance no? So it's Adamson, FEU and Ateneo, NU, they will slug it out and ang DLSU nag-aantay na lamang sa finals.
These two teams actually faced each other very early in the season, Mosey, and what many expected to be a preview of a finals actually turned out to be a blowout in favor of the Lady Spikers.
That's right, Anton. It was a shocking 3-setter for the by DLSU. We say shocking because on paper, as you can see, NU is a very strong team. DLSU even having some rookies nga inside, right? But again, DLSU only allowing NU to score 49 points in that game. At yung percent pa nga, 8 points. It was really, parang yung NU crowd, yung NU community na shock dito sa set na to. But again, they tried in the second set pero talagang 3-setter in this game. Yes, you can see more spikes for DLSU and being the #1 blocking team 12 block points in that game and 5 only for NU. Na, yun nga yung lagi natin pinapoint out. NU should really have the biggest advantage. Why? Because I think they're the tallest team in the land.
But Mosey, they have been working on their blocking, improving their numbers here in the second round, and it will be put to the test as they take on LaSalle once again today. And speaking of LaSalle, they played UE just last Wednesday. As you see, the graduating team captain, Abby Maraño, it was another straight set win for LaSalle.
Well, you know, again, the domination was there. Total domination once again for the Lady Archers, only allowing UE to score a high of 16 points in the first set. Tapos 15-14 na yan. So another 3-setter for the Lady Archers against UE. And you can really see yung preparation nila going towards the latter portion. Siguro iisip nila yung either the finals or the semifinals. As you see the numbers here, doubling the output of UE in that game. And once again, nag-dominate sa block. Sa blocks na naman tong De La Salle. And again, you can really see na yung preparation in spite of losing. Di ba they lost a set to FEU, but after that, no looking back to their old mean ways. O, di ba? 3 sets na naman lagi winning their games.
Perhaps magandang wake-up call yon para sa LaSalle, but Coach Ramil De Jesus actually used 12 out of his 14 players in that match against UE. So, sinusubukan niyang gamitin at makita kung sino sa kanila ang magsa-step up dito sa ating laban ngayon. Very unlike the first matchup wherein that was the only time in the season, LaSalle against NU, Coach Ramil did not make any substitutions.
That's right. And siguro ito na yung kasi yan na yung moment na dapat si Coach Ramil hinahanap na rin niya yung mga spark plugs, di ba, dun sa team. At yung just in case, sino bang pwede niyang hukunin.
At si Sid Demesilio, ang isa sa mga spark plugs ng De La Salle University. She is the least heralded player on the starting lineup. Hindi siya masyadong binabantayan, but NU has to make her a marked lady in today's matchup because she has been playing well and she has been playing steadily ngayong season 76.
That's right, Anton. Steady play by the hardworking Sid Demesilio, somebody who the team will rely on come the either semis or the finals. And alam mo, itong si Sid, ang nakakatawa dito against NU, para itong si Mina Aganon on the other side, diba?
Silent assassin.
Oo. So, exciting to watch rin itong yung matchup nila ni Mina Aganon.
And everybody from the LaSalle camp is thinking about a sweep. And earlier today, Ina Ongsiaco had a chat with Sid Demesilio and they talked about just how important it is for LaSalle to achieve that sweep here today.
So Sid, tell me, how important is it for you and for the rest of the Lady Spikers to sweep this elimination round?
Super important kasi advantage siya, sure na siya sa finals and final four. We will try our best na to grab the opportunity. Sayang naman.
Now, can you tell me, did you make any special preparations for today's game? Especially since ang daming nagsasabi na parang preview siya ng finals.
Yung mga preparations namin, syempre, nag-training kami everyday. Of course, second round, madaming adjustments yung ginagawa yung teams. So kami din, may adjustments din kami ginawa para sa sarili din namin.
Thank you, Sid, and definitely good luck with today's game. Back to you, Anton and Mosey.
Well, Sid Demesilio looking very relaxed as LaSalle attempts to go for another elimination round sweep. But from the looks of things, it might not be that easy because NU has been improving going into this match, Mosey.
That is so true, Anton. And alam mo, ang ganda rin ng sinabi niya. Alam nila, no, na napakalaking advantage talaga. Obviously, there's a tries to beat advantage in the finals.
And of course, National University and the rest of the teams that are in the Final Four already looking and hoping na hindi sila kailangan umakyat sa step ladder format. So perhaps they're hoping that National University will come up with a win. And speaking of NU, they are coming off a tough win against Adamson University in their last match.
That's right. You know, NU also picking up from DLSU, in the second round, halos panay 3 setters din ang panalo nila except the one against Ateneo and this game against Adamson.
Adamson actually drew first blood in this match, taking the first set, but NU buckled down and got down to work, and they were able to sweep the remainder of the sets.
You know, Anton, this was really a close game. As you can see, the total points, 99 and 100. Yung spike points, dalawa lang ang naging diferensya and you having 2 more. Ang block points, just the same. So, it was really a tight game between these two squads, but obviously NU winning it in 4. Nahirapan sila, nagulat sila dun sa first set. But siguro ito yung character that si Coach Ejet really wants to see in her girls at this point. Yung yung tenacity and yung talagang tuloy-tuloy na kahit na-down sila, tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung pagkatingin nila at gusto nilang manalo.
You mentioned blocking kanina, Mosey, and just how important it is for NU. In the first round, they were averaging 5.2 blocks per match. In the second round, 9.2 na.
Nako, halos doble. Napakaganda naman yan. And they will need that. They will really need that. And that will be tested today against the #1 blocking team. And obviously, they have the physique for that. Sabi ko nga, siguro sila yung tallest team in this tournament. That's why, kailangan din talaga nila i-take advantage yan.
Kung ang Lasal ang #1 blocking team dito sa ating liga, ang NU naman ang #1 spiking team. They actually have 4 players in the top 20 in terms of the best scores. I'm talking about the Santiago sisters, yung silent assassin natin, si Mina Aganon, at syempre, si Myla Pablo.
Alam mo, when you see the numbers of this 4 girls, sabi ko nga kanina, ito yung right chemistry. Ang only thing missing na lang dito ay si Urdas.
Yes.
Siguro, para maging talagang challenge sa DLSU, kailangan mag-step up ni Urdas, especially in this game. Starting this game.
Yeah, starting this game. Kailangan na talaga. But 4 players in double digits in their last match against Adamson University. There you see the numbers. Dindin Santiago has actually been increasing her point output.
And then definitely she needs to be the leader, the top scorer. Pero ito na yung numbers that kailangan din na tulong nila. Yun na nga sabi ko, once again, ang only thing missing dito is si Ordas. Tapos yung the rest siguro chip in na lang if they really want a good game against DLSU.
Myla Pablo had 14 points in that last match against Adamson. And earlier today, Trisha Robredo had a chat with Myla regarding what they need to do upang manalo kontra sa Lasal.
So Myla, alam naman natin na Valentine's Day nga kahapon. Paano naman to celebrate ng Lady Bulldogs?
Ayun nga po, lumabas lang kami, kumain, dumalaw sagad. Dapat nga may date kasi wala. Siyempre po, mas importante sa amin yung training namin kasi big deal tong game namin na to. Kailangan namin may panalo.
So Myla, yun nga sinasabi mo na mas importante ang larong ito kaysa sa date nyo. Bakit importante manalo ngayong araw para sa Lady Bulldogs?
Siyempre, malaking bagay itong game namin. Kasi kung may manalo namin tong game na to, so tataas yung kumpiyansa namin. Tsaka syempre po yung advantage ng Lasal, mawawala yung prize to beat niya.
Sige, thank you Myla at good luck sa game ninyo. Back to you guys and belated Happy Valentine's.
Well, belated Happy Valentine's din sa iyo, Trisha, at sa lahat ng mga volleyball fans na nanonood ngayon sa ABS-CBN Sports and Action. I also actually did not have a date in Valentine's yesterday.
Parang sad ka.
Pero ito
naman eh.
Ito na yung ating post-Valentine's date.
That's right.
With this matchup between Lasal and National University. It is Dindin Santiago looking very focused, and she hopes to prevent Mika Reyes and the rest of the Lady Spikers from achieving an outright berth to the finals and a thrice-to-beat advantage. When we come back, we will have Lasal and NU from right here inside the historic Araneta Coliseum.
This is is the UAAP Season 76 Women's Volleyball Tournament. Greatness never ends.
Match number 54 among the top two teams in the women's division of your Season 76 UAAP Volleyball Tournament. Officiating this match, first referee, Bob Molina, National Referee. Our second referee, Jasper Jimenez, National Referee. Now let's meet the starters, gunning for an outright finals berth and a thrice-to-beat advantage here are the three-time champions and still undefeated DLSU Lady Spikers. Number 9, Kim Fajardo. Number 18, Sid Demecilio. Number 6, Desiree Cheng. Number 2, Team Captain Abby Marano. Number 8, Aragana. Number 3, Mika. Their libero number 15, Shen Cruz. And the multi-titled head coach of the Lady Spikers, Romel De Jesus. And now trying to steal DLSU its first loss and force a Final Four here on the National University Lady Bulldogs. Number 17, Myla Pablo. Number 2, Ivy Perez. Number 4, Mina Alcanon. Number 9, Aiko Urdas. Number 3, Chacha Santiago. Number 16, Team Captain Dindin Santiago. Their libero number 5, Fatima General. And the head coach of the Lady Bulldogs, Etchet Mabayan.
Sweep or Final Four? That is the question that will be answered by these two teams that are on the floor right now here inside the historic Araneta Coliseum. It is LaSalle versus NU.
That is right. And matagal na hinihintay ng volleyball fans. Itong date na to, yung post-Valentine date na kanina pa natin sinasabi. It's still Valentine weekend anyway. And,
may pag-asa pa ako na magkaroon ng date.
Yan. Dapat dinala mo na dito. Ikaw talaga. Nakatipid ka pa. Popcorn na.
And we are underway. Kim Fajardo tosses it up top to Desiree Cheng for the first point here in this match. Now, what's important for NU, wag sila magulat sa LaSalle. LaSalle is going to try to strike first and get NU to become shell-shocked, just like what happened in the first set of their first match.
Correct. That was a nightmare really for NU, and you don't want to start it again that way. So, tignan natin paano na maka-prepare. I am also curious kung nasa na nga ba talaga yung sinasabi nating mental toughness ng NU.
I remember asking Coach Edget Mabayad kung ano ang naging problema nila sa kanilang unang laban kontra sa LaSalle, and he told me kulang pa rin daw sa maturity itong National University. Well, let's see just how much they have matured. They are on a 10-match winning streak, and they will try to make some noise here at the Araneta Coliseum. Mishit right there. Let's go now to Trisha Robredo for this update on the NU side.
Anton and Modi, ironic as it seems, with the Twin Towers on their side, Coach Edget acknowledges the fact that NU is actually a smaller and less experienced team. Pero sabi niya nga, walang imposible at walang duda na may laban sila. Si David daw natalo si Goliath dahil ginusto at tinapangan niya ang kanyang loob, and this is precisely what Coach Edget wants from his girls. Now, aside from skills preparation, especially on blocking and floor defense, the team allotted extra time on mental conditioning and psychological preparations. While their previous games have helped them mature and improve, iba pa rin ang laro ngayon dahil sa intimidation factor na galing hindi lamang sa Lady Spikers, kundi pati na rin sa crowd. Kaya nga sabi ni Coach sa kanyang girls, huwag kayo pangunahan ng takot. Di tayo underdogs, Lady Bulldogs tayo. Back to you, Anton and Modi.
Well, that's the warning from Coach Edget Mabayad. Huwag silang magpasindak dito sa Lasal. Well, right now, they're hanging tough and not allowing Lasal to pull away so early. Remember, they only had 8 points in the first set of their first encounter.
And also, you should really watch out for those errors. Yung mga unforced errors, you don't need them in this game.
Aragalan, the leading scorer for LaSalle, 12.5 points per match. Registers a point right there.
And you can see how spread out yung points ng LaSalle, di ba? And you can really find, I see na, it's a collective effort among the players.
That's right, they don't have a single player that scores really high. Very balanced. Ang kanilang scoring really spread out, of course, by the setter, Kim Fajardo. They toss it up top. Aragalan, dug up by General. Back set to Ordas.
Ordas with that powerful hit. Yan ang kanina sabi natin, siya kailangan na mag-step up in this game. Given na yung apat nga is somehow playing steadily.
Aiko Ordas averaging 7.3 points per match that time. Nakalusot. Running hit by Maranyo. And she's able to sneak it in. All right, let's get an update now on the LaSalle side. Here's Ina Ongsiaco.
Well, Anton and Mosey, I did have a chance to chat earlier with Coach Ramil de Jesus, and I asked him if he personally felt any pressure for today's game, especially given the possibility of a sweep for the elimination rounds. And he said, sa kahit anong game, kahit sino man ang kalaban, di naman mawawala yung pressure na yan. He continues to say that yes, today may be a big game, but every game is important. And maybe today is especially important only because it will determine the schedule of games for them for the remainder of the season. Other than that, ang gusto lang mangyari ni Coach Ramil ay alisin yung pressure na yan sa mga Lady Spikers para maka-execute sila ng game plan ng maayos at para din may ipakita nila lahat ng pinag-aralan at pinaghandaan nila para sa game ngayon. Anton and Mosey?
Thank you, Ina. Speaking of pressure, I had a conversation about pressure with several of the players of LaSalle, and they have different ways of dealing with pressure. Itong si Ara Galang, she's the type that does not like to get rattled, so she just tries out to block, tries to block out the atmosphere para hindi siya mataranta.
Which is right. Ganun naman talaga. And I like the fact that si Coach Ramil didn't downplay, is trying to downplay this game because you don't want to add more pressure on this game. Ang sinasabi lang niya is, ang maa-affect lang daw yung schedule. That's a nice way of putting this game.
Well, speaking of the schedule, the next scheduled date for UAAP Women's Volleyball would be Wednesday. But we're still not sure kung ano mangyayari on Wednesday.
Because of the games tomorrow.
Yes. Of course, in our first match, Adamson lost in 4 sets to UST. So that gives FU some hope.
Nagkaroon pa lalo ng kaguluhan ng bodies standings. So it will depend on the game between Ateneo and FEU as we look at this slow-mo. NU, Dinkin Santiago once again on the hit.
It's a Gatorade fueled spike of the game. Gatorade win from within. There's a certain difference on the NU side, Mosey. They seem pumped up and they're not showing any fear in their eyes right now.
so unlike the first
Yeah.
meeting, di ba? That's right. So that's why tayo nga lahat tinatanong natin, ano na ba? Nasa na ba ang NU? Especially yung question nga always, yung how, if when they're facing LaSalle, it's a different NU squad that we're seeing. But sa second round, I hope they address that already.
And right now, they are just 2 points away from matching their output in the first round. They're just down by 1 against LaSalle. So, napakalaking bagay nun. And a service error right there by Abby Maraño. And the match is tied at 7 early on. Myla Pablo has really come on for NU in the second round. But a service error right there. And those are the points that you hate to give away, as LaSalle takes a 1-point advantage here in set number 1. One of the best liberos we've seen here in UAAP women's volleyball history, Jenilyn Reyes.
Napalagay ko gusto-gusto na bumaba rito at papalit ng uniform. But you are so correct in saying that.
Siya yung tipong will sacrifice her body, rolling on the court, trying to cover everything. Here's Santiago.
Years din nating pinanood si Jen na gumulong-gulong dyan sa court. And din Santiago, look at this, running hit, ang layo ng pinanggalingan. Great angle there.
Dindin Santiago is looking for her first victory against LaSalle in an NU uniform. Of course, she's experienced winning against LaSalle when she was with UST.
And remember, no Dindin Santiago next year.
Yes. So kailangan maglaro ang NU with a sense of urgency. And they have to play with that sense of urgency right now.
As NU now takes the lead. After this last point, Urdas once again.
She could be the key factor for NU today, Mosey, as you mentioned a while ago. You know, one key difference for NU this year is they have a healthy Ivy Perez. Remember the past couple of years, she would always come to the court and she'd have her hand really heavily taped, and then she even injured it one time while going for a block. This year, we saw how good Ivy Perez is when she's healthy. Mika Reyes, easiest point of the match so far.
That's right, taking that post-Valentine present coming from NU. As look at Mika Reyes with that power tip.
Nobody home for NU. 9-all. Sid Demecilio. Perez. Back set, up top to Aganon, going for a cut shot, but it goes long.
Right, the too much angle on that hit by Mina Aganon. So at least a better showing compared to the first time they met, diba? Ito nga, we're talking about NU, the Lady Bulldogs. Oh, that's going to be very long.
Second service error of the match for LaSalle. This first set is very important, more so for National University. They want to be able to feel and believe that they have a chance, and that is an ace by Dindin.
And if you were Coach Edget, you want to dictate the pace of the game. Yun talaga yung gusto mo mangyari in this game. You want the team to believe that they can really do it.
One step forward, one step backward. Dindin Santiago, as she was motioning to her hand.
That's actually her second service error in this set.
A close first set here in the second round matchup between LaSalle and NU. Chacha Santiago.
That was just so high.
Anuishi, oh wow, moment of the game. They go up top to Jaja. open up to everyday surprises.
Yun yung adjustment rin, no, na ginawa ni Jaja because we would see her, yung quick hits niya, in spite of her height, mababa niyang kinukuha. But in that last attempt, ang taas niyang kinuha yung quick hit na yun. The way it should be, yes, she scores another one of a gift.
And look at the reaction on the NU side. They're enjoying themselves right now.
Actually, second ball pala yun. So it was a dump ball. And smart move there by Jaja. Hindi niya na pinabayaang magkaroon pa ng challenge yung kanyang attack.
Tsaka nakita niya, wide open yung back row ng Lasal. Chance ball though for the Lady Spikers. Fajardo sets it up top. Galang.
And you can see Ara Galang. It was a little bit close to the net. But she got bothered by the presence of Jaja right in front of her.
And there were two blockers right away to challenge Ara. And Coach Ramil calls an early timeout.
Masyado ka nag-awa, wala pa yung bola. Pasabayin mo muna yung gitna, hindi pa sumasabay yung gitna, bato ka na ng bato ng bola. So wala din, hindi mo mapapasabay, ibig sabihin magsasolid pa din yung block. Importante man pasabay mo yung gitna. Sa pag-aapuran natin, hindi natin napapasabay, lahat sila nababasing gagawin mo. Receive muna tayo. Okay? Then receive. Huwag nyo lang hiwanan yung tao nyo. Kasi iniwanan nyo matuto tayo magbasa kung paano ma-approach yung spiker. Yung spiker kasi, minsan na, awkward na, talon pa tayo ng talon. Receive lang tayo. Sige, tayo tayo. Sige tayo!
A lot of that huddle was directed towards the setter, Kim Fajardo.
Yes, exactly. And again, kasi yun nga yung trick doon, ayaw mo magmadali because right away, the opponent will know kung saan mo inidiretso yung bola. Kailangan dyan may konti kang mahuli. If you can, kung mahuhuli mo yung middle blocker, which is at this, in this situation, very important kasi it's Jaja Santiago who's the middle blocker. So, kailangan mahuli mo siya na hindi siya makablock.
That one touches the antenna. We've talked about how Kim Fajardo has great peripheral vision.
Right. And si Kim pa naman very good siya sa ganyan. You can really bait the blockers kasi yung kaya niya mag-delay dun sa set.
But so far, nababasa ng NU ang galaw ng Lasal. Jaja Santiago, a hot start for her.
And this is what you want. If you're up against Lasal, we would always hear their opponents say na kailangan quick palagi, mabilis. Kahit na open yan, kailangan mabilis ang palo because the blockers are always there. So just like this one. So nagiging effective for Jaja.
That time though, it was just one blocker for Lasal. It was Abby. And speaking of Abby, unable to get a point right there. Dug up by Urdas. Popped up by Cheng. Fajardo sets it up. Demisilia from the back row. Perez tosses it up top to Pablo.
Pablo going down the line.
The Lady Bulldogs with an early attack here at the Araneta Coliseum. Mitsubishi Mirage G4, great play right here. Myla Pablo. Mitsubishi Mirage G4, expect more from the small sedan. That's a throwback reaction from Myla Pablo. Now let's see how Lasal will respond. They go to Aragala.
Galang had only one blocker. Jaja Santiago did not commit for the block. As you will see here, it was only Myla Pablo. And that's not enough for an Aragala.
Sharp serve by Aragala. Pablo trying to respond. Did Santiago up top.
Nagulat din siya.
What a great reaction, Mosey.
Oh, that was Jaja Santiago kasi si Dindin nasa likod. The Jaja Santiago, you see the improvement, no? Diba? From the first round to the second round, it's really fast. Because, again, yung exposure kasi niya she's like yung veteran na in the team. So, ang bilis ng na improvement ni Jaja.
Fajardo sets it up top. Demicilio, Jaja was there. Pablo, that time, 2 blockers from the LaSalle side, and Pablo could not get it across.
Sayang, great coverage though on the side of the Lady Bulldogs. So just too much for Myla Pablo.
And it all started with the blockers of LaSalle. Marano and Fajardo were there to close out on that open hit. Perez!
Ivy Perez. And that was the best thing to do on that speeding first ball. Look at this one. Medyo mabilis yung dating sa kanya ng bola but had enough height. And look at her go. With an angle, gets the point.
Nobody home for LaSalle on that corner. Fajardo. Reyes denied. Demicilio. And no coverage behind the spiker for LaSalle. Betadine block of the set right here. NU improving their block numbers. Betadine 7.5%. Feminine wash for Red Days. It's better to be protected.
Huwag kang maparo ng diretso. Targetin mo lang yung dalawang gilid. Dalawang gilid lang. Naintindihan? Wala sa timing eh. Nabato na yung bola bago tayo pumapasok. O ibig sabihin, kitang-kita ko saan bibitawan yung bola. Okay? Send coverage tayo. Coverage tayong coverage. Zero tempo tayo. Let's go! Tagano to! Tagano! Mahawakan, talon. Ipetakakin natin yun.
Steph Mercado, whom we last saw play for LaSalle back in season 73 when they won the first of 3 straight championships.
That's right. Siyempre, mukhang dito na nirindate. And why not? Again, a very special game today. A deciding game, actually.
Yes.
Pwede mo nga sinabing deciding for the season kung anong pwede kasi mangyayari. Diba? This season.
Pwede pa nga tumagal ang ating season. As we take a look at long-time head coach of LaSalle, Coach Ramil De Jesus, his 16th UAAP season at the helm for the Lady Spikers.
And look at this, Anton Esperanza now inside for Fajardo.
Well, remember that last huddle, Coach Ramil wasn't that pleased with the way Fajardo is playing. So, an early substitution here, Esperanza coming in.
That's right, and let's see how this will change things up for DLSU as Myla Pablo again on the service line.
Well, looking at the faces of these NU players, they're slowly starting to believe that they can match LaSalle. Aganon. Through.
Using the blockers of LaSalle to get that point. That deserves a second look. Once again, anong tawag mo sa kanya? Silent assassin. Diba?
Tahimik kasi.
Tahimik, but again, nandun pa rin siya sa mga scorers natin as Myla Pablo this time gets an ace.
Nothing silent about Myla Pablo today. Coach Ramil just trying to stay as cool and composed as possible. But NU just 2 points away from striking first. And the service ace again.
Myla Pablo once again getting that point. And you can see the confidence now on the side of NU.
And the LaSalle fans have been silenced here. Chance ball for NU.
Right, to end this set, and they do! On that running hit by Dindin Santiago.
The Lady Bulldogs strike first. And it was an all-around effort, Mosey.
Correct, that's right. And once again, sabi nga natin kailangan ganun eh. It has to be a collective effort among all the girls if they want to win it against the very strong Lady Archers.
And look at the score. NU beats LaSalle in set number 1 by 11. Let's see how the champions will respond as we head to set number 2. You're back with us live from the Araneta Coliseum. And surprise, surprise, NU ambushing LaSalle in the first set, taking it 25-14.
That's right. This time, it's yung side naman ng LaSalle siguro ang nagulat as LaSalle only with 7 attack points in that first set. More than doubling is the Lady Bulldogs with 15 points on the attacks and 1 block point for NU and none for DLSU.
Wow.
Pati yung errors, isa lang ang NU lumamang dun sa errors. Pero again, tama si Coach Ramil doon sa sinabi niya kanina, zero tempo eh. Diba? It's not your usual LaSalle rhythm. Diba? So let's see if makuha nila yung nila dito sa second set.
Well, this is the second to the last day of the elimination round. Thank you so much once again to everybody tuning in to ABS-CBN Sports and Action. Fajardo back in the fray for LaSalle after a brief rest. Pinasok ni Coach Ramil si Mika Esperanza, but here to start the second set, it's Fajardo once again.
So now, will LaSalle be able to adjust? And on the other side, will the Lady Bulldogs be able to sustain?
That's the first service ace of the match for LaSalle, Mosey. Again, 0 for the Lady Spikers in the first set.
Na usually, dyan sila talaga. Yan yung mga bonus points na lagi mo ang nakikita, ever present. That's why napakadali ng game when you see LaSalle play.
Galang gets it through. You know, before stepping back onto the court, Abby Maranyo was very, very animated. She looked very angry. She was talking to her teammates. Nagising siguro ang kanyang mga kakampi. Oh, is she? Oh, wow. Moment of the game right there. Open up to everyday surprises.
Well, we all know how Abby Maranyo is. Talaga namang leader dito for the Lady Archers. And nakita ko rin, hinandle niya yung players. And nakikita mo na siya talaga eh, di ba? Siya yung nagpa-pump up sa kanila.
And Kim Fajardo making up for a weak performance in the first set. 2 straight service aces for her. And a 4-0 start for LaSalle. Perez sets it up for Urdas. And finally, NU stops the bleeding.
That's right, and Urdas once again scoring of that open hit.
I'd like to hear what Coach Edget told the girls heading into this second set. Let's find out from Trisha Robredo.
Well, Anton and Mosey, captain Didin Santiago, may be the captain of this team, but it is Ivy Perez who is navigating the ship. Malaki nga ang papel ni Ibiang sa long rito, pero sabi sa akin ni Coach, mas malaki ang tiwala niya sa kanya. So far, he is happy with the performance, but he wants him to be more unpredictable. Sabi niya nga, balasayin niyo ang ball at ayusin pa ang ball distribution. Coach also commented on their service errors. Masyado raw nagmamadali, kaya namamali sila. Paalala niya nga, inhale, exhale lang. Lastly, Coach Edget reminded the girls na panibagong set na to at hindi na tayo panalo. Capitalize on the momentum you got in the first set at patuloy lang sa trabaho. Babawi ang mga yan, kaya maghanda kayo. Back to you, Anton and Rosie.
At yun na nga, ginagawa ng LaSalle. Bumabawi dito sa set number 2. They are up 6-1. Aragala coming alive.
That's right, and you like the angle of Aragalang once again between the 2 blockers of NU.
6-1 now for LaSalle, but they are down by 1 set. Jaja Santiago. Aragalan, dug up by Perez. They're gonna have to send it across. Fajardo to Maranyo.
And Maranyo with a running hit nails that one.
And we were wondering why Maranyo wasn't getting a lot of touches in the first set.
That's right.
Ito hiningi na niya, Mosey.
And off a combination play, a pretty combination play coming from LaSalle.
It is so on right now. Let's go now to the LaSalle side. Here's Inaong Siako.
Yes, Anton and Mosey, it is definitely so on in the second set, but things were just not going the way of the Lady Spikers in that first set. And Coach Ramil de Jesus attributes that first set loss to 2 things, but I will get back to my report after this timeout. Back to you, Anton and Mosey.
LaSalle on top 8-1 here in set number 2. Suzuki drive to win, play of the game right here. Abby Maranyo, the captain, right there at the top. Suzuki Swift Desire, all your desires made compact from Suzuki, way of life. The chairman of NU, Mr. Hans C, still managing a smile despite the team getting shell-shocked here at the start of set number 2. A service ace from Mika Reyes.
So ito na yung hinahanap natin, yung mga bonuses na nagagaling dun sa ibang skills, di ba?
Inong Siako will continue her report now.
As I was saying earlier, Anton and Mosey, Coach Ramil De Jesus attributes that first set loss to two things. First of all, it was a lack of composure. In fact, Coach Ramil told the Lady Spiders earlier, wala namang ibang kalaban kundi sarili nyo. Receive wala, service wala, paano naman kayo mananalo sa kanyang laro? And definitely they picked up from that with the way second set is going. But he also, like he said earlier in the latest huddle, there is still a lack of coverage. Natatakot daw sila pumalo at bumlock dahil walang nakukover sa inyo. Captain Abby Maranyo quickly responded to this and turned to his teammates and simply said, ako sa cover sa inyo. Anton and Mosey?
Wow.
Yan naman, di ba? You like someone, di ba, in the team na ganyan yung spirit. And it really works. Tingnan mo naman dito sila coming into the second set. Talagang it's a different LaSalle squad.
Nakikita natin yung epekto ng pep talk ni Abby Maranyo right before the players took the floor. Maranyo had to send it across via a tip. Jaja Santiago bitin na.
Yes, a lifting violation already called on Ivy Perez. Much to the dismay of Coach Edge. Let's take a look at this once again. Kasi sideways binigay. That's why siguro natawagan. Close call though.
10-3. Perez. And that one goes out. Point for NU.
It's parang reaction, reaction return coming from Cheng, and it goes wide.
Aikur does 4 points in the match so far. Maranyo again. And now they're looking for the captain.
That's right. And again, from a running hit na hindi pa rin mukhang na-address nitong NU in spite of having tall blockers because Abby with that sharp angle once again getting the point.
4 points now for Abby Maranyo. 11-4 is our tally in favor of LaSalle. Jaja Santiago. Abby trying to keep it alive, but Candili.
Not enough power, but you can really see the effort, Anton. They know how important this game is.
Don Macandili, the rookie De La Salle Isabel.
Kanina nga, di ba, yun sa interview ni Ina. Sinasabi nga nila, this is an important game because iba may tries to beat advantage di ba? Iba yun eh. Kahit nga si Myla Pablo on the other side, nare-recognize din niya na kailangan nilang manalo. Siguro dahil pag nanalo na sila lang masaya. Pero pag nanalo NU, mas madaming points.
And look at this, NU stringing up a run with a couple of service aces. And Demicilio unable to receive that one properly.
Hindi kailangan tayo magtapon. Hoy, makinig ka. Hindi kailangan magtapon. Nasa-serve tayo. Nandun na si Ara sa likod eh. Kailangan, hindi pwedeng gano'n ang serve natin. Lakas natin yung serve natin. Ang gagawa na si serve, easy ball. Kaya nakakapag-penetrate ng gusto yun. Nakakapag-execute ng play yung kalaban. Okay?
Let's go! Laban lang! Alaga tayo sa score! Hey!
Well, NU coming to within striking distance, Mosey.
Yeah, but that was a huge lead a while ago. But in that huddle, clearly, si Coach Ramil, ang gusto niya, from the serve pa lang, parang ano na eh, offensive threat right away. Ayaw niya ng easy ball kasi nga daw nakaka-set up ng play yung kalaban.
He envisions having a team that is good in blocking and good at serving. NU that time able to cover up the running hit by Abby Maranyo. Two blockers were there for NU.
And a lot of players were there for the coverage pero walang kumuha ng bola sa side ng De La Salle.
Betadine block of the set right here. Betadine 7.5% feminine wash for Red Danes. It's better to be protected. Parang nag-hesitate.
Yes,
si
akala nila
Aragana.
mukhang lalabas siguro.
Perez going for that power tip. Galang hits it from the back row. Pablo, drop ball, does not work. Fajardo to Maranyo. Demesilio now pounds it on the hands of Perez.
And then Perez, the only blocker for NU in that last play.
Mitsubishi Mirage G4, great play right here. Demesilio with a hit. Mitsubishi Mirage G4, expect more from the small sedan. 12 serving 8 now. Perez. Pablo trying to go for that cut shot, but it goes long. Coach Edget now calls for time.
Tayo magtatakbo ng bola kasi hindi tayo pwede magbigay ng score basta-basta kanila. Ha? Bigyan ko ng maganda receive para makagawa natin yung play natin. Huwag na natin bitawan yan. 5 lang yan. Okay? Okay.
Inhale! Exhale! Inhale! Exhale!
And you Lady Bulldogs trying to exhale out the pressure. Trying to relax and enjoy the moment.
Exhale. Ayan. Supporters ng DLSU, Bolik, Kim Montalvo.
Yep.
The rest of the gang. Mga basketball players ng DLSU. Ang saya, no? When they come here and support the volleyball players.
That one heading straight to the net. Let's take a look at it one more time. (14 to 8).
Oh, Abby still on the line, serving.
Pablo. Fajardo. Demesilio. Blockers were there for NU. Reyes was there up top. Fajardo, drop ball!
Well, that was a miscue on the side of NU, pero naipasok pa rin ni Myla Pablo. But the return of DLSU was good enough for that point.
NU definitely not ready for that, Mosey. And Abby has spent quite a lot of time there, the service line already. Fajardo to Reyes. Wala pa rin. Demesilio.
Demesilio, this time putting an angle, and you knew she wanted it off the block point.
La
And she
Salle
gets it.
trying to pull away, they're up by 8. The action continues here inside the Araneta Coliseum. Sid Demesilio, the girl we were talking about right before this match.
Cha Cruz in the house. Sabi nga sa place to be today to.
No doubt. And now, gumagana na ang blocking ng La Salle, Mosey.
That's right. And ito yung mas in-expect ko na yung palitan sa blocking, how they will cancel out each other. Kasi nawala yun, tama si Coach Ramil kanina, nawala yung mga points na nakukuha nila sa serve, sa blocks. Diba? Nawala siya eh.
As in, wala talaga in the first set. A joust at the top. And did it touch the line?
That goes out. Kim Fajardo.
And the LaSalle fans do not like that call.
So our first referee making sure that it's really out. Let's try to look at this.
Oh, that looked good. That looked like it touched the line.
Yep. Let's see. How it will affect this game, or they will just shrug it off, LaSalle.
Yeah, well, if you're LaSalle, you have a huge cushion right now.
Buti na lang.
We heard the reaction of the fans here inside the Big Dome. Now, if you're NU, you have to try to capitalize on that momentum.
That's true. Look at Abby Maranya still pleading her case.
Well, they have to forget about it, because they are just 8 points away from taking set number 2. Domicilio underneath the ball on that hit. Ganon, nothing there. Perez. Fajardo.
Once again, this time, she gets it.
You know, Fajardo has really come alive here in the second set.
And just be targeting that back row. And this time, she gets it.
18-10. Perez sets it up top. Din. Nothing it works for her.
Once again, it's in between the two defenders of De La Salle. Dun sa back row, kanina ba yan, medyo maraming nasa-score ang NU dun sa spot na yan. Yung ating zone 6.
Fajardo tosses it to the open spiker, who gets denied.
And Cortez with a second block.
Yeah.
Perfectly closing out this block. Ang ganda ng position. That's why it went the other way.
And that's gotta feel good for her. Blocking LaSalle's best scorer.
Oh, sharp serve. And Ivy Perez gets an ace.
And Coach Ramil does not like what he's seeing.
Hindi naman eh. May variation yung serve mo kalaban eh. Basahin lang natin kung kailan ihinaan, kung kailan ilalakas yung serve. Mag-concentrate tayo sa kung ano ginagawa nung nag-serve. Hindi po pwedeng naka-ready lang tayo na gano'n. Makikita niya, kung mabagal, magbilang tayo. Bilangin natin. Tapos post lang tayo din, hapit ng tama. Kasi pag hindi tayo makareceive, mababasa ka agad eh. Kung anong gagawin ng setter. Eh, dadalawa pa speaker na sa laro. Then, lahat, pag hindi makareceive, over tayo. Paluin ha? Paluin ha? Pag hindi makareceive,
One of the best at noticing and identifying the changes, the adjustments that the opposing team does.
Sinasabi kasi ni Coach Ramil, he has only 2 spikers in front. Si Mika, madalas quick pa yan. So pag hindi maganda ang first ball, obviously, alam na kung sino babantayan. Si Aragalang na on the open hit.
And then, of course, he talked about receiving the ball properly and identifying, recognizing
But don't you
the
also,
variations of serves.
you also like what Ivy Perez is doing.
Yeah.
Yung variation niya nga. Kanina may sharp serve. Tapos nakita ko yung last, medyo mahina.
Yun yung sinasabi ni Coach Ramil.
Ang ginagawa ni Ivy Perez, and it has been effective dahil siya pa rin ang nandun nagsiserve for the Lady Bulldogs.
At napako ang LaSalle dito sa 18. And Shen Cruz comes in for Don Macandili.
Ana Galang putting a stop as she gets that down the line hit.
Apeton, great play right here. Fajardo up top to Galang. Apeton weight gain, clinically proven to help gain weight healthily.
Another chance for DLSU.
Chance ball for LaSalle. Galang.
Has been going for off speeds.
Yeah.
Oh, and a net violation against DLSU called. So point goes to NU. Sayang because that dig was taken care of by Abby Baraño. Dindin Santiago already with the 3 service errors. It's something na kailangan niyang iwasan.
And they also have to try to mute their ears when they're
yeah.
serving.
Thus, that's into the net. Look at Dindin Santiago asking for it.
She gets it. Jaja!
Once again, the Santiago 1-2 punch.
Dindin with the reception. Hinatid niya kay Perez. And Perez recognized that Jaja was right there for the quick attack.
Lagi natin nakikita yan. Once again, we recognize the good reception of Dindin Santiago. Kaya hindi pinapalitan ng libero yan even which is at the back row.
Fajardo sets it up for Galang. Perez, chance ball for LaSalle. Fajardo, Baraño ran out of space.
And yung ano niya parang she lost focus and yung rhythm niya, yung timing, nawala yung timing in that last play.
And they're talking to the rookie, Desiree Cheng.
I'd expect Baraño bumawi kagad, but Galang this time. Check ball, so Sal gets the point.
Mary Joy Baron coming in for Abby.
Definitely for defense.
Coach Ramil making the adjustments here. Shen Cruz coming in as the libero, and then Mary Joy Baron.
And dyan magaling si Coach Ramil. We all know that, and we've seen that so many times. Yung mga adjustments si Coach Ramil within the game. It has won him so many.
That time though, Jaja Santiago with another easy point.
And this is what NU has to do. They really have to commit sa blocking. Hindi pwedeng maiwanan because it's so effective when they're there.
Well, that block point might have been credited for Aiko Urdas.
That was a low set. As Baraño comes in right away.
Hey, NU within striking distance here, Mosey. LaSalle had a very comfortable 18-10 lead. Pablo. Cheng sets it up. Maraño. Popped up by Dindin. Myla.
Oh, Pablo trying to go down the line. Wide on the temp. Medyo ni-risk ni Myla on that last play.
Coach Ramil calling Mika Esperanza and Denise Tan. Let's see if they will get to check into this match. Perez was able to stop the two Lasalians.
Cindy Mesilio right into the net.
She apologizes.
You usually see this coming, Valdez going for the serve, changing Jaja Santiago. Ito, usual rotation ni Coach Edget Mabayad.
Gail Valdez. He's played in 11 matches for NU. Paraño, and she gets denied. Myla Pablo.
And Myla was the only one who committed for the block. Ito nga yung sabi pa natin kanina, kailangan talaga laging dalawa eh. Laging bantay. But this time, Myla Pablo was enough to take that point.
You know, a couple of years ago, we started calling her Myla Pablo, the Typhoon. And we're seeing that type of attitude from her again here today.
Smart move once again. Cindy Mesilio using the blockers to get that last point. Tignan mo yung big. She really wanted to get that point off the block.
23 to 21. LaSalle looking to equalize. And Linden Santiago.
And now she's in front. And see, ito, this is a test of character now for NU, especially that Linden Santiago is in front. LaSalle is up by 1, 22-23 ang score. It can't be more dramatic than this.
And NU has really worked hard to get back
Correct.
into this second set. But De Mesilio sends this one to set point. Coach Edget calls for time.
Magandang receive lang, opensa tayo. Tandaan nyo, opensa. Nasa atin ang pagkakataon para umiscore. Pagka-score natin, serve, pasok, kuhanin natin sa block. Okay? Ganun lang. Simple lang natin, huwag nating pahirapan yung trabaho natin.
Kapit tayo, kapit.
Receive ate una.
Kaya na yun.
Inhale. Shout. Tara.
And you can tell that they prepared for this match, specifically how to deal with the pressure.
And hindi na sila mukhang rattled,
Yes,
diba?
hindi na.
Hindi na ganun. But again, the most important is that first ball, that reception.
De Mesilio has scored the last couple of points for LaSalle.
Good serve. Oh! And that drops.
And Cheng believed that she got the pancake
Oh.
save. Uh-oh.
And
A yellow card
yellow
issued.
Card given. So that's a warning to number 6. So that's Cheng.
And she feels that she got her hand underneath the ball just in time.
But it's now the chance of LaSalle to go for a play.
Galang could not close out the set. The blockers of NU were there.
That's right. It was a set close to the net. And you have Dindin Santiago on the other side. It was really a difficult play. And it's Dindin and Perez for the block. Kaya nahirapan si Ara doon. Dahil medyo hindi naman gano'ng kalapit.
Poor reception. This looks like a chance ball for NU. Can they take the lead? Aganon. Yes, they do. Wait a minute. Okay, they just want to make sure. Let's take a look.
What a second set for partner.
What a comeback by NU in
Yes,
this
that's
second
right.
set. It looked like LaSalle was going to cruise.
No check, and that goes out. That was off the tape of the net.
Din did not liking that ball.
Set point for De La Salle. But NU has to forget.
Lucky break there for LaSalle.
Oh, and a check has been called.
Oh, Din is talking with our official right here. LaSalle already walking over to the other side. NU is still arguing the call. And let's take a look at it, Mosey.
Oh.
It looked like a good play to me.
Yeah. Let's take a look at that once again. Ang problema kasi is the line judge really called a check ball.
But the official's call stays.
Yep.
As always here in volleyball, they don't have to take a look at the replay to verify. They just confer with themselves, and it is a LaSalle point. So they take set number 2, 26-24. Well, NU was able to fight back from trailing by as many as 8 in set number 2. But in the end, the breaks just did not go their way as LaSalle took set number 2, 26-24.
And this is why LaSalle having 4 more attack points against the Lady Bulldogs. 1 block against the 4 of NU. But again, meron na namang laman, di ba? Hindi na 0-0 yung mga skills na yan. And 3 service points also, but it was neutralized by NU. It was really a close one. And credit NU, it was an 8-point lead for DLSU in the mid-portion na.
Mid-portion?
Yeah,
18-10.
Of that second set.
But I'm sure Coach Hermil is not happy with just having 1 block point. So far in this match, in 2 sets, just 1 block point.
That's right.
And
sila pa naman yung leader dun sa skill na yun. And you want to take advantage of that.
And Demesilio starting off this set with a service error. Now NU, they feel they had some calls that didn't go their way towards the end of that second set. But they have to forget about it.
That's
Just
right.
focus on trying to perform well here in set number 3.
Correct. And it's really how fast you recover as Mika Reyes getting that point off a tip. And this, in that last point, both schools trying to outsmart each other at the net.
Kim Fajardo is very aggressive in set number 2.
Yes.
Has 5 points so far in this match. And service error number 2 for LaSalle here. Very early in set number 3. Let's get an update on the NU side with Trisha Robredo.
Anton and Mosey, the past set has been very rough for the Lady Bulldogs, and Coach Edget believes that this is due to miscommunication or even a lack in such. Sabi niya nga sa kanyang kupunan, magsalita kayo para maalis ang ugaling akala ko. Dagdag niya, magtulungan kayo sa loob, bawal iasa sa iisa lang. Paulit-ulit din binigyan pansin ni Coach ang halaga ng reception. Paalala niya, huwag kayong magmadali sa opensa. Take it one at a time at makapuntos din kayo. Now, even with a relatively passive performance in the second set, calm atmosphere at all smiles pa rin sa huddle. Sabi nga ni Dindin Santiago, huwag tayo magpakita ng inis at hina ng loob. Focus lang at ibalik natin ang sigla sa laro. Sabi niya pa nga, the girls won the first set and even narrowed down the Sal's comfortable lead. Kayang-kaya pantayan, kaya sabi ni Coach, pursige lang at ngayon unahan niyo na. Back to you, Anton and Mosey.
Maraming salamat, Trisha. NU pinapakita na kaya nila makipagsabayan dito sa LaSalle.
And so far, no let-down attitude,
Yeah.
diba, that you can see on the side of the Lady Bulldogs.
They were not discouraged in the second set.
Even if LaSalle had an 8-point lead, Iba yung attitude na pinakita.
You can tell they waited to get another shot at LaSalle for a long time. Coming in with a 10-match winning streak, trying to destroy the 29-match winning streak of LaSalle. And that
was well read.
Yes.
That was well read. They knew that it was going to Ordaz.
Betadine block of the set. Just the second block point for LaSalle in the match. Betadine 7.5% feminine wash for Red Days. It's better to be protected. Let's hear now from Inong Siako.
Needless to say, Anton and Mosey, that was a very close and very heated second set. Now, Coach Ramil wants the girls to be more focused and concentrated for this third set. After asking them to have more variation in the attacks, ang sabi lang ni Coach Ramil sa mga lady spikers, tiyagaan lang kailangan dito. Kailangan nating tsumaga sa receive at sa ilalim. Lalo-lalo na daw, kailangan nating tiwala sa sarili at sa ginagawa natin. In the end, Captain Abby Morano simply turned to her teammates, her usual motivational self, and said, hindi pwede tayong pumayag, natatalo tayo ngayon. Sa atin yung third set, walang papayag. Anton and Mosey?
Thank you, Ina. Now let's see if LaSalle will come out with that type of attitude. Because right now it is NU leading the way, but Galang continues the fight.
That's right. There was Ordaz trying to go for a block on that Ara Galang hit. But si Ara had that space between the net and her. Kaya maganda yung, yung angle ni pinuntahan ni Ara Galang.
Perez, Ordaz, Fajardo was there. Perez tosses it up top to Pablo.
Oh, but a free ball given to NU.
Jaja, so high up in the air for that hit.
And I like that back set to Jaja. That quick back set as we take a look at it once again. Kaya naghiwalay yung blockers ng LaSalle. Something new from Ivy Perez. And Jaja. Ito na eh, alam mo maglalabasan na ito ng mga bagong plays, yung mga iniipit pang plays.
Ivy Perez with a lucky break.
The help of the net, the tape of the net, Ivy gets that point. Napatayo lang si Coach Ejed.
And we are seeing what a healthy Ivy Perez can do.
Especially sa blocking. Ang laking bagay.
Speaking of blocking, Mayla Pablo with a single block. And NU leads LaSalle here in set number 3 by 5. We are tied at 1 set apiece, but NU leads the way here in set number 3. This is day number 27 in the women's volleyball tournament elimination round. Thank you for joining us on ABS-CBN Sports in Action. Anton Rojas alongside Mosey Ravena. We have, of course, Trisha Robredo for NU and Inong Siako for LaSalle. Another service ace for NU, and Coach Ramil cannot believe it. Switching up the liberos once again, Don Macandili checks back in for Shen Cruz.
You can see si Coach Ramil, mabilis mag-adjust eh. Hindi na nag-aantay, but this time, another point for NU from the serve.
Lamang ang NU dito sa ating laban pagdating sa serves. They already have 8. LaSalle just has 3 so far. Fajardo sets it up top. Demesilio looking for an open spot, but it goes long.
That's right. Once again, the adjustment with having tall blockers in front of you, yun yung nagiging problema ng LaSalle. As now, Coach Ramil once again adjusting, sending Esperanza in, and also Tan.
Tan coming in for the first time. Mika Esperanza. Well, she was in there in the first set for a while. So second appearance na ni Mika Esperanza. 4th-year player, former Rookie of the Year. Pablo. Pablo is just playing without any fear today.
That's right. And you lose it, no? You can
Sobra.
feel it.
And look at the reaction of Myla Pablo. She is feeling it today. Coach Ramil, right here.
Nakakadiskarte yung kalaban nyo kayo sa inyo. Wala pang dumarating na bola, parang ayaw yung gumalaw. Ha? Inaantay nyo kung anong gagawin ng kalaban nyo. Tayo yung dapat may gawin. May receive tayo, kailangan natin matake. O, bakit inaantay nyo kagad yung atake ng kalaban? Ayaw nyo rumisip siya balik yung bola. Ha? Kasi muna, kapag receive tayo pa natin yan, napulit. Huwag yung palayuin na palayuin. 1 is to 5 para mabot tayo dyan. Hey!
You know, tama si Coach Ramil. You get that feeling na parang ang DLSU ngayon is just on the defensive end. Parang iniintay nga talaga nila. Ang gusto lang nila, na matik yung bola, but they're not really able to set up their own plays.
And that's very surprising, knowing the character of this LaSalle team.
But also credit the floor defense being shown to us by the Lady Bulldogs.
And the blocking and the energy and their desire to attack right from the service line. That time though, faltering. And LaSalle getting a point, but they are down big. Abby Marano talking very loudly on the court and making sure that Ivy Perez knows exactly what she's saying, but I can't read her lips though.
Sent.
Oh, 2 straight points para sa LaSalle.
Whatever clicks at this point for DLSU.
Mga veteran moves.
Yes, kasama yan. And that's why we like Abby, di ba? When we see her play. Kasama yung mga little things na ganyan. So you appreciate her leadership.
Speaking of adjustments, the other younger sister of Charlene Cruz checking into the game for just the 2nd time this season, si Camille Cruz.
All right, away. Jaja with a error on the serve, going wide.
And now the NU players can relax for just a little bit because Abby is now in the back row.
But you have Mika Reyes in front.
Yes.
Oh, that was dug up well by Tan.
Pablo slamming it off Esperanza, but hit the tape of the net.
That's right. That's a good call. Ito na yung errors na ayaw mong makita, and you don't want DLSU to get into this game once again, di ba? Kasi parang nakuha na ng NU yung momentum.
Remember, in set number 2, when Abby was serving, that's when LaSalle went on a run. And they're doing that again right here in set number 3. Coach Edgen calls for time.
Bibigay basta-basta na madaling score sa kanila. Time out na to para ma-break lang yung momentum nila. Hindi kasi ba mo na maganda para makapag-play tayo ng maayos. Okay? Ina,
Gawin nyo kagad. Yes, gawin nyo kagad.
Huwag mawawala yung focus natin, okay?
This is not just a nice matchup between 2 stacked teams. This is also a matchup between coaches, former UAP players, and former players of FEU. Coach Edgen Mabaya, then Coach Ramil.
And once again, this is going to be, and it has becoming to be a game of adjustments. Diba? Yung ang bilis palitan, although mas mabilis on the side of DLSU having won that first set. Etong NU having won that first set. At naging close yung second set.
Mas madami yung pinasok ni Coach Ramil from the bench. Oh, service ace once again for Abby.
Ito na, Abby Maranyo. Continuing to serve for the Lady Archers. Ace na ace. Pasok na pasok. And you letting that go.
Yeah, Ordaz and Aganon looking at each other. Nobody there to cover that one up. That time Aganon was there though. Macandini. Camille Cruz.
Oh, the 4 touches fought against DLSU, so NU takes the point. Mga 4 points din yun na binigay ng NU easily to Lasal.
With Abby Maranyo at the service line. Camille Cruz again. Going off speed on that hit. Aganon, nothing there.
Free ball now, given to NU.
Ivy Perez to Dindin. Blockers were there for Lasal.
Oh,
Aganon.
and that's going to be a check ball. Definitely a check ball. NU getting that point. And the smart move there by Aganon. Nandun yung 2 tall blockers ng Lasal. So, just getting the check. Getting the point.
But still a 6-point lead for NU, make that 7. Dindin Santiago, all business today at the Araneta Coliseum. NU is on top by 7. Owishi, oh wow, moment of the game right here. Lasal having problems with their reception, goes right back up top to Dindin Santiago. Open up to everyday surprises. Melatunay of the USD Golden Tigresses, victorious.
Who won
Yes.
over Adamson, complicating things a little bit on the last slot natin, no, yung number 4 slot, because it's between a toss-up between, hindi na nga ngayon, no? It will depend on the game tomorrow. It's between Adamson and the FEU na lang yung number 4 slot natin.
Remember how Adamson was cheering for UP? Tomorrow, they're gonna be cheering again for Ateneo naman na makakalaban ng FEU. Kasi kung manalo ang FEU bukas,
FEU na ang pasok.
FEU na ang pasok, out na ang Adamson. Ivy Perez.
Oh!
That ball does not work.
Miscue! Total miscue on the side of NU. Easy point na naman ang binigay. Sabi ni Coach Ejed, huwag magbigay ng easy points sa kalaban. But they did it again. And eto, muntik na naman. That goes out.
Errors just hurting LaSalle here in this match.
Sometimes this is naman the risk that you take when you go for your adjustments inside. When you change your starters.
And Cruz has only, talking about Camille Cruz, has only played in 1 match so far. And that was a long time ago, first round pa lang. First round pa yun against UE.
And no one there as LaSalle gets a block. Offensive blocking for De La Salle. Look at this last point. No one there for NU at the back row.
LaSalle looking for their blocking, which has been non-existent so far here in this match. Sobrang kulang pa.
Hardo sent back in. Oh, right away, instant point from Fajardo.
Showing that she can also vary her serves.
Right, the short stab gets the point.
It doesn't always have to be a sharp serve.
Yes, a powerful one.
Yeah. To go off speed.
Sometimes, and sabi nga lang coaches, kailangan may target eh. You cannot just serve and serve.
And you target different areas also. Perez to
That was a difficult set already for Perez, but Dindin responding to that set.
Dindin looks like she's on a mission today. And look at this right here. A Gatorade fueled spike of the game. Gatorade win from within.
And what you also like is that hindi naman ganun din kadami yung nabibigay kay Dindin na sets. So yun siguro yung game plan, ano? Because they know that yung focus syempre would be on Dindin Santiago.
That time though, blockers were there for LaSalle. Urdas getting denied.
So this time it's LaSalle playing catch up. Parang no second set natin, it was NU.
14 serving 18 here in set number 3. Urdas had to adjust to get it across. Tan sets it up. Galang, blockers were there. It goes out, point for LaSalle.
They were not able to close the block. So LaSalle getting that point off the blockers of NU. Reyes, nasa dulo na.
Jaja, popped up by Fajardo.
Oh, that goes through. That goes through the blockers of NU.
And now Dindin talking with her teammates, gathering them around.
Si Galang kasi has a better view when there is distance between her and the net. Hindi pwedeng malapit na malapit. So that time, again, nakikita niya where to pass through.
Jaja. Tan and Manano were there. Galang was there that time. The blocking is now working for LaSalle. Fajardo, back set. Oh, misread there. Dindin from the back row, dug up by Mika Reyes. Manano!
And Abby Manano right away taking that last point. Hindi na inintay ni Abby na maseta pa yung bola.
Abby Marano is in beast mode right now.
That's right, and look at her go. But also give credit to that dig of Mika Reyes.
Yeah. And we know it's much harder to go for some digs when you're a tall player.
That's right.
Pressure is on now for NU. LaSalle chasing them. Galang, blockers were there. Tan. Wala pa rin. Perez, who will she go to? Urdas. Galang. Did you see the reaction?
It was a single block from Ara Galang. Look at Ara Galang go.
And we rarely see Ara Galang react.
Ilang beses tayo nakakover? Wala. Masyado na naman tayo nagkukumpiyansa sa atake natin. Ha? Alam ko may tiwala kayo sa kasama nyo, pero expect natin na muna, pag na-block, may cover tayo. Ibig sabihin, parang hindi tayo ready sa mga bigla nangyayari. Kaya nagugulit kayo.
Ito naman this time, nakahabol naman ng NU. Let's see, ano naman ang, again, sagot ng NU, no? Like kanina, we could see Coach Ramil adjusting and adjusting. Talagang got it right on the second set. This time, tignan naman natin, ano naman ang adjustments na gagawin ni Coach Ejit.
Well, in terms of the players, sila pa rin.
Yes.
Yung on the floor right now. And Ara Galang.
Once again, with the block and with the point. This one, basang-basa eh. Nakimina agano ni bibigay ni Ivy Perez. And that was the problem kanina na sinasabi ni Coach Ramil, di ba? Na basang-basa kasi kay Fajardo kung saan niya ibibigay yung bola. Mukhang naging nalipat na yung problem na yun dito sa Lady Bulldogs. So, let's see how they will adjust. And once again, well read by the LaSalle blockers.
And the Lady Spikers have once again put up that Taft Avenue wall above the net at hindi makapasok ang NU. They only had one block point in the first 2 sets.
That's right. Oh, another free ball.
Perez up top to Jaja. Dindin from the back row.
Free ball again, give it to NU.
Perez to Aganon. And Aganon able to stop the run.
That's right, and that was even close to the net. So it's just a 1-point lead now for the Lady Archers.
Mitsubishi Mirage G4, great play right there, and the little stare down by Aganon. Mitsubishi Mirage G4, expect more from the small sedan.
And no check. Aragana asking for a check as she goes wide on the last play.
2 straight points for NU. Coach Ramil wants to talk things over.
Kailangan yung receive, pag itaas mo ng konti. Hindi po pwedeng hindi lalakpas sa ibabaw ng blocker yung sinet mo. Okay? So receive lang tayo, tapos ganoon lang tayo, maging aggressive lang tayo sa blocking, okay? Then pag nakadepensa tayo, huwag natin madaliin, itaas natin. Hindi po pwede magtitinginan pa yung tao bago magtaas ang bola. Ha? Arena yung bola, kumita ka agad sa bola kung sino kukuha. Okay? Kasi one receive, one stop tayo, okay?
Let's go guys, tapos ha!
Coach Ramil saw just how much damage the blocking of LaSalle did to the NU side here in this set, reminding them to continue on focusing on that.
That's right, and yung commitment dun sa defense, yun yung ayaw na ayaw kasi ng coaches. Kayo yung nagtitinginan, yung bola bumagsak na, right? That's a no-no. So si Coach Ramil is saying, commit yourself. Now it's a free ball to DLSU.
Maranya with the running hit. Ano nakalusot?
Combination play from LaSalle gives them that last point. Nice combination play. Liking
Look at that
last
strut.
point.
Strutting here at the big dome. Abby Marano and Ara Galang also more energetic than usual here today.
Oh, and I like the courage of Ivy Perez in giving Jaja that ball. Medyo mahirap na yun i-set for that quick hit. Let's take a look at that once again.
And she's had a lot of these types of hits today.
Ano lang talaga yung execution eh. They're making it.
Marano again, this time goes over the blockers.
Oh. Miscue on the side of NU. Oh, and they pay for that one. Marano again on a running hit. And I like the recognition of Fajardo na itong si Marano, go na go. Remember kanina na pinwestiyon natin na hindi masyadong naibibigyan si Abby.
Lalo na sa first set.
That's right.
Denise Dan with a service ace.
And what a time for that ace to come. Very important point for LaSalle.
Crucial moment now for both teams. LaSalle wanting to go ahead by a set. Dindin. Galang was there. Oh! Boom! On the other side for NU.
LaSalle, ito na eh, they are now reading the opponent very well. Yan yung kanina bang sinasabi ni Coach Ramil.
And the service ace by Denise Dan. What trust shown by Coach Ramil de Jesus. The adjustments have been made. And they have worked wonders for the Lady Spikers. General misread that serve. She thought it was going out, and Abby Maraño celebrates that victory in set number 3. And they are just one set away from a ticket to the finals with a thrice-to-beat advantage. Let's see how NU now will respond in set number 4. LaSalle taking the last 2 sets, and look at how many block points they tallied in set number 3.
Sabi mo kasi, 1 only in the first 2 sets. So binawi nila. 7 block points against the 2 only of NU in that last set. Service aces, 4 for De La Salle. Half of that, 2 for NU. Yun lang, no? NU was able to commit less errors. Pero, yun nga, that wasn't enough for them to sustain in getting that third set.
Mr. March Ventosa, ABS-CBN head for Narrowcast, one of our bosses
Hello,
here.
Sir.
Great game so far, Mosey.
Oh.
At
That's
least,
what we wanted. And kind of expected in the second round.
at it's nice to see na itong NU, pinapakita nila na kaya nila makipagsabayan dito sa LaSalle.
That's right. And what happened in that third set? Sa umpisa kasi, kaya si Coach Ramil yung adjust. Siya yung sa kanya nagagaling yung adjustments. Pero dun sa third set, it was your usual LaSalle team na sila na mismo inside. They were making the adjustments inside.
And for a while, yung lineup ni Coach Ramil in set number 3, you had Denise Tan in there, you had Don Macandili, and then Camille Cruz on the floor.
That's right. So, kumbaga, it didn't matter kung sino yung nasa loob. It was really the girls inside. Siguro they already know their roles. And yung adjustments pa rin na ginagawa, just like the starters of De La Salle.
Betadine block of the set right there. Betadine 7.5% feminine wash for Red Days. It's better to be protected. Already 2 block points tallied by LaSalle here in set number 4. Linden Santiago wants to stop the bleeding. She gets a point right there. Trisha, what's going on your side right there?
Well, Anton and Mosey, while Coach Edget was careful not to take away the credit from Lady Spikers, he told the girls na sila lang naman daw ang bumubuhay sa kanilang mga kalaban. He expressed frustration over the errors committed by the Lady Bulldogs in the third set, and he badly wants them minimized. No more easy scores, no more giveaways. Coach also asked the girls to stop lingering on their mistakes, move forward lang, adjust at bawi agad. Napansin din ni Coach Edget na may dalawang nawala sa Lady Bulldogs sa nakaraang set, at ito ay depensa at presence of mind. Paalala ni Coach na dapat laging may coverage dahil sabi niyo nga kanina ay gumagana na ang blocks ng DLSU. Sipagan niyo pa and stick with it. Lastly, sabi ni Coach, focus lang kayo sa laro at huwag magpa-apekto sa crowd. Tatahimik din yan kung maayos ang laro ninyo. Heads up girls, and let's extend this to 5 sets. Back to you, Anton and Mosey.
Error though on the NU side. Something that Coach Edget does not like to see. Something that they have to minimize.
That's right. And kanina in that last set, it's as if they give a chance to De La Salle. And alam mo, a team like De La Salle, give them the slightest opportunity and they will really get it from you. And so they did. They got the momentum back and finished that third set. Ang laki na sana ng labang ng NU.
Ooh, a lot of steam on that hit. May galang bunt.
No go. That's wide. Take a look at that once again. Ang lakas sana talaga ng palo niya. It's trying to go down the line.
We couldn't see where the ball bounced, but the ref's call stays. Point for NU. Maraño. 11 points now for Abby in this match. Let's go now to Inong Siako.
Anton and Mosey, despite a slow start in that third set, the Lady Spikers have definitely regained their aggressiveness and control of the game. Pati na rin si Coach Ramil de Jesus ay nahawa sa momentum ng mga Lady Spikers. After gathering the Lady Spikers in that latest huddle, he took a deep breath and simply said, kailangan yung maniwala sa sarili nyo. kayong maligaw. Tamang galaw lang kailangan at presence of mind. Now, after asking the ladies fighters to forget about the errors they've made in the past sets and lack of composures also then, he asked them to focus on the momentum they have gained now. Pero he makes sure to stress the fact na wag sila magigil, commit lang at focus kayo. And Tony Mosey?
Right now, they are continuing to ride on that momentum. Up with an early 4-point lead here in set number 4. Mitsubishi Mirage G4, great play. Demecilio is going for a drop ball right there. Mitsubishi Mirage G4, expect more from the small sedan. Maranyo with a running hit.
Once again, Abby Maranyo just took charge. Anton,
You
really
said it.
took charge.
You said it. LaSalle going back to their old ways. Pagkatapos ng isang matamlay na first set, Abby Maranyo with a running hit. Uwishi, oh wow, moment of the game. Open up to everyday surprises. Maranyo with 12 points in the match.
Talagang, again, we can clearly see si Abby Maranyo after that first set loss was a different, hindi nga different, the usual Abby Maranyo.
The usual.
Taking charge and once again, una, sinimulan niya dun sa, nag-huddle siya, di ba?
Yeah.
Na all players lang and trying to pump up the players. And again, leading by example din.
Denise Tan remaining on the floor for LaSalle.
Myla Pablo wide on that try. Six-point lead now for DLSU.
Tan playing extended minutes for the starter, the rookie, Desiree Cheng. Maranyo gets another point. 30 points now for Abby. Let's listen in on this NU huddle.
Ate, tulong-tulong tayo!
Kayo mismo, matahimik na rin kayo eh. Hindi nyo na nine-enjoy yung laro eh. Diba? Kanina, ine-enjoy nyo na yung laro ninyo eh. Ngayon, masyado na tayong naninigas. Ligin tight na tayo. 10-3, ang volleyball natatapos sa 25. Kung natatapos yan sa 11, kabahan kayo.
You can't put it any better than that, Coach Ejen Mabayad. And nawala yung enjoyment ng NU that we saw in the first 3 sets.
Plus a lot of hesitations now, especially on defense. Yung medyo tentative na yung kilos nila, unlike kanina. They were just, siguro part of it, they were enjoying and they were moving around.
And Jaja second serving.
Ito yung kailangan nila ngayon. Yung you need to really go dun sa high percentage attacks. Itong NU. So it's going to be parang Din Santiago and that's going to be Jaja.
They were the ones that really led the way for NU in the first set.
Oh, the Basilio still tried to go for the attack.
So after
under
that,
the ball.
Yeah, under the ball. And Mosey, after that timeout, 2 straight points for NU. Sharp serve by Jaja. Here's Aragana. Pablo silenced a little bit here. In the 4th set, the Basilio again. Difficult angle on that hit, goes out.
That's right. And point goes to NU once again. So that's a string of points for the Lady Bulldogs off a timeout.
Desiree Cheng getting set to return to the match. Din had to readjust her positioning.
That's right. right, and that was trouble because it was a quick hit, and she hesitated. The blockers were already there.
Abby Maraño hoping that this will be one of her last 3 games as a UAAP player. Vivian Santiago.
All game face today.
Yeah, and she wants to try to wake up her teammates.
That's right. Look at this cross-court hit.
Targeting Abby on that occasion. Perez sets it up for Aganon. Dug up by Macandili. Demecilio.
Adjusted to that open hit and got the point. It's a 5-point lead for the Lady Archers.
Perez sets it up top to Aganon. Fajardo to Gala. Blockers were there for NU. And Reyes right there up top.
That's right. That was read so well by the blockers of DLSU. Ganon trying to go off speed.
3 block points now for LaSalle here in set number 4. And 11 block points for the match. That one goes out.
Ngayon, pati yung attacks ng NU, you can see they're just going for off-speed hits. Si Myla Pablo, even parang nabibaby na yung mga palo. So ito ayaw ng kanina in the last time out. That's what Coach Edget was saying. Hindi pwedeng gano'n. Nasa Santiago this time flips the line.
Let's take a look at it one more time. Running hit by Dindin. Just avoiding the blockers.
Kay Maraño, binigay.
But you can see from LaSalle, the coverage was still there. Kahit naiwasan ni Dindin yung dalawang blockers. Perez with a service error.
Something so valuable at this point.
Errors hurting NU. LaSalle trying to pull away. Perez, back set up top to Dindin.
With the violation ball against Aragala. So NU getting that last point.
They're down by 6 though. Aiko Urdas. Aiko Urdas had a good start to this match, Mosey, really contributing a lot of points in the first 2 sets. But the errors coming back for NU, hurting them. A lot of errors from the service line.
Yes, but Dindin Santiago got some real estate on that last serve. The point
lucky
goes
right
to
there.
NU, right? But you can see Macandili already there on that spot. Oh! Again, as you said.
Yep. That's gotta hurt for NU, down by 6 as we head to another technical timeout. We're back inside the Big Dome, the Araneta Coliseum. NU, this could be their final stand, hoping to prevent LaSalle from achieving an outright berth to the finals. Dindin Santiago again asking for it, Mosey.
That's right, and let's see, no, he's trying to get some composure back.
Mika Reyes, though, chooses to go to General. That's a point for the Lady Bulldogs.
Right. And now it's It's a full front line for NU. You have Jaja Santiago, you have Urdas, and you have Myla Pablo.
Marano finding the open spot.
Making it look so easy.
He's got 14 now for the match. The captain graduated just a couple of days ago.
Uy, congratulations.
Yep. At naglaro pa on the same day for graduation.
Ganyan talaga. Jaja Santiago getting that off a quick hit.
Demecilio, 2 blockers were there for the NU side.
Let Makadini on that save.
Pablo, that one goes long.
That's out for Myla Pablo. Again, yung errors talaga ng NU in the last 2 sets, Anton.
And that has really hurt the Mosey. That's going to be big. They're going to look at the stat sheet after this match.
Yes.
And again, unable to receive the ball properly. That's got to be the 3rd service ace of the match for Denise Tan, who has been somewhat of a lucky charm for LaSalle today.
Correct. Yun ang sinasabi nila na magandang bunot for Coach Ramil.
Hinihingi din ang bola, but LaSalle continuing to target General, the libero of NU. Demecilio!
Oh, that's
That one goes wide though.
She's been trying to go down the line to no avail. Pero si Demecilio, you know, ito rin kanina we talked about her in the pre-game. But you can see the trust. She's still here in spite of, di ba, minsan may mga errors siya nakukuha because it's the little things that she contributes in the game. Alam ni Coach Ramil yan.
And she's the type of player na pag nag-error siya, he
Babawi.
doesn't let it get to her head.
Yes.
Oh, tsaka bumabawi. Hindi siya yung nababother after errors.
Steady.
Steady siya.
Galang sending that long.
Now, NU has to remember that they were able to come back from an 8-point deficit. They're just down by 5, but again, the errors continue to hurt them. Valdez very cold.
Yun talaga yung mga sayang. They will remember all those errors. Especially in the 3rd set.
Abby Marano, last couple of games for her in the UAAP. Will she graduate as a champion? Will a new champion emerge? It's been an exciting season so far. Right now, NU down by 7. Let's listen in.
Kapitan pa natin. Nagagawa natin kaya alam, tayo talagang nanggigigil eh. Baliktad eh. Dapat relax lang tayo, pag pumapalo tayo. Medyo nanigas na yung kamay mo, Brad.
Pero hindi, lalaban ko.
Laban nyo na yan. Ibigay na natin lahat ngayon. Ha?
Iwala lang tayo, ate. Tara, tara! Nasunod!
Well, apparently, merong iniindang injury itong si Dindin sa kanyang kamay. Pero sinabi niya, lalaban pa rin siya.
That's right. Ilang games ko na siya nakikita na heavily tape yung right fingers niya, di ba? Yung right hand niya.
Yeah. Naunahan ni Ivy Perez si Mika Reyes.
Yan din yung nawala, yung mga doubles ni
Yeah.
Ivy. Kanina, she was so confident in hitting those shots, those second balls.
And then, especially in the first set, sa second set naman, si Fajardo was the one who got a lot of drop balls and power tips to go. Cross-court hit right there.
That's right. It's inside, man. Dapat, cross-court hit.
No, Mandapat was a late entry to this match. Pinasok lang siya ni Coach Edget here in the 4th set.
Safe ball.
Morano able to dig it right up.
It's not going to go over for Mika Reyes. So point goes to NU.
Well, Shermil just wants to make sure that they don't let this one slip away.
Tingnan mo mabuti kung ano dapat ibigay na quick. Nakaduhod ka na eh. Gawin nyo, huwag nyo ingatan nyo, alagaan nyo yung mga lamang nyo. Yung sayang ang layo-layo ng score eh, pinalalapit nyo. Huwag nyo na hayaan magkaroon ng kumpiyansa yung kalaban.
Let's go.
Diba? Isang patay lang tayo ng maayos. Hindi, dumana tayo sa block. Hindi natin mapatay dumana tayo sa block. Pwede tayo bumlock. Okay? Hindi tayo pwede magtapo na magtapo. One-stop agad.
Kahit na! Pagpon tayo ha! Hey!
You can hear the concern on the voice of Coach Shermil.
Yes. Kasi nga naman eh, bakit mo pa? Ganun yung nangyari sa NU kanina. Pinatigim nila. Konting pag-asa yung DLSU. And of course, DLSU grabbing that and getting the momentum. And look what happened. They won that set. So ngayon, si Coach Ramil naman ang maingat. Ayun yung bigyan ng pag-asa na daw itong Lady Bulldogs.
Fajardo up top to Reyes.
And that's going to be crossing violation pagbaksak niya from that set.
Let's take a look at her foot.
She was unaware eh.
Yeah.
She's looking at Mika.
Back set this time to Demecilio. Blockers were there for NU. Chance ball for the Lady Bulldogs. Perez sets it up top, but Dapat goes down the line. This one's not over yet, Mosey.
Ito naman yung hugot ni Coach Edget. Mandapat on the other side.
And another timeout by Coach Ramil.
Okay, simula tayo. Tapatan lang natin yun. Ha? Kaya, yung bawat tao, hindi po pwedeng pinakakagat yung kay Dindin. Si Dindin nakakalaro. So, mostly doon natalo na spiker. Sa open, dalawa naman yung spiker eh. Front end si Kim, di ba? O, i-receive ka agad yung open nyo, pwede nang tapikin yan.
Let's go.
Okay?
Girls, compose tayo! Magaling natin! Apat na lang!
Well, ang pinababantayan ngayon ni Coach Ramil kasi nga mukhang hindi binibigay masyado kay Dindin yung play. So it's going to be Mandapat. Yun ang nasa lookout ngayon ng Lady Archers. Nasa hit list.
Kasi nakapunto si Mandapat with that down the line hit.
At dadalawa lang silang spikers dyan. So, let's see.
Perez to Mandapat. Two blockers were there. Reyes with a running hit.
Yan ang pinadaan dun sa smaller blocker na si Mandapat. As Mika gets that point. Very important point, a crucial one.
As they move to within just 3 points away from winning this match. Perez to Dindin, it goes long.
Yeah, that was a mishit coming from Dindin Santiago.
And the LaSalle fans, the LaSalle community here inside the Big Dome.
Walang magawa si Coach Edget.
Yeah.
Alam niyang hindi 100% si Dindin in this game.
Heavily taped right hand. Perez to Dindin. Single block by Galang. And you able to cover up though.
And this is what Coach Ramil is saying na bantayan si Mandapat because eventually she will adjust. And yun yung adjustment na nangyari. Gusto niyang mataas yung bola niya, trying to go for a check, but it goes long and no check. So we are now at match point.
LaSalle serving for a ticket to the finals. Demecilio able to dig that one up. But Dapat, blockers were there. It goes out. NU is still alive.
That's right. And
so close to going down. Fajardo to Galang. And LaSalle puts their ticket to the UAAP Women's Volleyball Finals.
Maragala getting that angle, getting through two blockers, and getting point and the match.
So just like they did 2 seasons ago, the Lady Spikers of DLSU sweep the elimination round. They earn an outright berth to the finals, and they will be armed with a thrice-to-beat advantage.
That's right, Anton, and they'll just be there waiting, diba, for
Kung sino,
the
mga kalaban
opponent,
nila.
kung sino. So bukas maghahanap pa rin tayo ng mga kalaban.
Oh, hindi pa tapos. Mostly ang
tapos.
ating elimination round. Di
That's
pa.
right.
Meron pang bukas. Still 2 more matches to determine who will advance. But let's take a look at the scoring here. Nauna ang NU. They were able to take set number 1, but LaSalle waking up and sweeping the remaining sets of this match. RCBC, life-changing move. Let's take a look at this right here. Dindin Santiago hitting it from the back row. Mika Reyes working hard to dig that one up, and it leads to this.
Abby Maranyo taking that kill.
RCBC Savings Bank My Loans, it's life-changing. She is a woman on a mission. She wants to graduate as a champion here in the UAP. She's already graduated from LaSalle. She wants to add another gold medal to her trophy list. Our Gatorade-fueled player of the game, Abby Maranyo, Gatorade win from within. It started with her, Mosey.
Yes.
That huddle before the start of the second set, that really woke up her teammates.
That's why we were asking why she was given balls. Baka naman yun yung play din on the first, but it did not work on the first set. So on the second set, Abby took charge. From then on, no looking back for De La Salle, getting the match. It was a challenge, diba, for the Lady Archers. But nevertheless, they are going to be in the finals.
Tomorrow, we will conclude the elimination round matchups right back at the arena in San Juan City. We have UP taking on UE, looking for their first win here in this season. Meron pa silang chance to notch their first win. And then, eto, may pagkakataon ng FEU na makapasok sa Final Four kung sakaling mananalo sila kontra sa Ateneo.
That's the easier way. Now, if
That's
they
the easier
yeah,
way.
that's the easier route. But if they lose to Ateneo, there's going to be a playoff between FEU and Adamson.
Yes, because Adamson lost today in 4 sets against UST. NU, they put up a good show, especially in the first set. They were able to take it, pero nakabawi ang LaSalle, winning in 4 sets to sweep the elimination round and earn an outright berth to the finals. For our director, Al Neri, Trisha Robredo, Ina Ongsiaco, my partner Mosey Ravenna, and all of us who make up ABS-CBN Sports, I'm Anton Ross, saying magkita-kita ulit tayo bukas for more women's volleyball action of the UAAP dito lang sa ABS-CBN Sports and Action.
This is the UAAP Season 76 Women's Volleyball Tournament. Greatness never ends. The following has been a special presentation of ABS-CBN Sports.